So when I say that Megan Thee Stallion is the new P Diddy in 2024, she is. Just when you think that Hollywood couldn't get any worse, it already has. So you know Megan Thee Stallion, the ultimate 304 that we all know her out to be. And she's still out here making music about getting D from behind, sucking you know what. Like, you know, those type of music, those type of artists be making, right? So, Megan Thee Stallion, she is in the middle of a lawsuit by her former cameraman because he saw some things that he shouldn't have seen. And now she's making him not say anything about it. So, she's pretty much giving the P Diddy treatment. In terms of like, if anybody sees what's going on, like you will be destroyed. So basically what Megan Thee Stallion is doing is that she is forcing her cameraman to record and do something that he shouldn't be doing. I don't know if he's gay or whatever though, but I don't care. The fact that you're gonna make somebody not say anything, what happened behind closed doors, should not come to light. Well, I had to break it to you, Megan, but what goes on in the dark can always come to light. So we're going to check out this video by The Spill. So shout out to her. Link to the original video will be down below. Let's get to it.
Forcing a young man to watch her fornicate with a what?
Megan Thee Stallion told him, and I quote, "Don't ever discuss what you saw." Megan, girl, for real, because it's giving Sean P. Diddy Combs at this point.
Lawsuit was filed by West Coast trial lawyers. These are the same attorneys who filed suit against Lizzo.
It's the fact that after he saw that and was forced to witness that, it came with a decrease in employment, it came with fat shaming.
It looks like Megan didn't respect Megan's law, and the tables have turned because Megan Thee Stallion's ex-cameraman is not playing with this lawsuit he's just thrown at her, where he claims he was allegedly forced to watch her do the deed with another female while he felt uncomfortable and was allegedly told to not ever speak a word on it. Emilio, Megan Thee Stallion's former cameraman, described himself as feeling trapped, claimed he was fat-shamed, and also claimed he was a part of a hostile work environment. All over social media, people are classifying this as SA, and they're even posting this Google screenshot referring to this situation, emphasizing
being forced to watch porn when you don't want to, being touched in a sexual assault manner against your will, regardless of where you were touched, being prevented from using a condom or other protection during sex. Look, I know this video is not going to be monetized, but I'm just reading what the text says. But this is serious, y'all. You know, there's a certain time where us men don't get our voices be heard because anytime when someone sexually assaults us, they must have think that since we're men, we're strong, we're supposed to take it anywhere you want. Like, first of all, if we tell you no, no means no. The same way you be telling us for years, don't touch us, no means no. If it's consensual, then we can do that. If it's not consensual and we're telling you no, it means no, so don't touch us. If we tell you don't touch us, don't touch us. But it just seems like since you're women, you're allowed to touch us, you're allowed to hit us, smack us, spit at us, abuse us. But as soon as we fight back, it becomes a crime itself. So it seems like what Megan did here is that she was touching on this nigga after everything he saw, being forced to do whatever. So it seems like she's giving the cameraman the P Diddy treatment. Because the more I hear about this, the more I think that Hollywood is one of the most corrupt place in all Los Angeles, California. Thank God I don't live in California or I don't live in LA. I think it's bad, just as worse as New York in my opinion. But to me, even though I'm from DC, I've seen stuff like this all the time. I've heard some horrific stories about this all the time. And they say that LA is supposed to be a place for dreams, where dreams come true. Nah, that's the complete opposite. Hollywood is on some shady stuff. It's been like that since for years, since decades. Having you do things that you don't want to do, forcing you to do things that you don't want to do, like put on a dress, suck somebody's you know what, eat somebody's you know what, just to get that role, in order to make your dreams come true, in order to boost your career? Nah. Somehow I'm not even surprised by this, because this is what Hollywood has become. It used to be a place where dreams do come true, but now it's becoming a place where all hell breaks loose.
To watch when you don't want to falls exactly under that.
Crazy.
It looks like ever since the Lizzo allegations broke out, more and more former employees of these A-list celebrities are coming out to either sue them or speak out against them publicly. Not too long ago, we had Lizzo's former dancers come out on social media as well as file a lawsuit against her. And that lawsuit was pretty disturbing, but this Megan Thee Stallion situation is something else. It's not only including the allegations of Megan Thee Stallion's alleged hostile work environment, but also some deeper things. So we've got to get into it. Multiple media outlets reported on this situation, but NBC News was one of the first to report on this, and they said a former cameraman for Megan Thee Stallion who alleges that he was trapped inside a moving vehicle with the hip-hop star in a foreign country while she had with a woman has filed a lawsuit accusing the entertainer of harassment and a hostile work environment. Emilio Garcia said in the suit filed Tuesday in Los Angeles Superior Court that after the alleged incident, he was warned, "Don't ever discuss what you saw," and berated, fat-shamed, and treated differently by Megan. The harassment was so severe or pervasive that it created a hostile work environment that made Garcia's working conditions intolerable, the suit said. Representatives for Megan Thee Stallion and her management company, Rock Nation, did not immediately respond to NBC News requests for comment. Garcia began working for Megan Thee Stallion, whose real name is Megan P, as a personal cameraman in 2018. Quit his job in 2019 to pursue the gig with the Grammy winner full-time.
Them to post some middle fingers up tells me everything I need to know about the industry itself. But the fact that you're going to threaten this man not to say anything because you and your other girl got into a sexual altercation? Nah. If I see something, I'm going to snitch. There's a reason why you're harassing me, because you don't want me to say anything. I mean, it was like what Cat Williams said. If they invite you to any party, say no. Just say no.
June 2023, the lawsuit stated. Garcia said in the lawsuit that he traveled with Megan to Ibiza, Spain in June 2022, and that while in an SUV with Megan and 3 other women after a night out, Megan and one of the women began to have, you know what, next to him in the moving car. I felt uncomfortable. I was kind of frozen, and I was shocked at kind of just the overall audacity to do this right beside me, Garcia told NBC News in an interview. It then goes on to talk about how Megan allegedly asked Emilio whether he was in the car with them the night before. And when he confirmed he was, Megan told him, "Don't."
You know damn well that he was in the car with you. Why all of a sudden you want to act in denial in the fact that you basically threatened this man just because he's about to go on an interview and expose your nasty behind? Get out of here with that crap.
What you saw, the suit states. Now, regarding this part of the story, some people were puzzled, saying that if he was in the car right next to her, why did Megan have to ask if he really was the next day? Like, it'd be pretty obvious in plain sight to know if someone is in a car with you. Into this, some people are speculating that Megan may have been under the influence at the moment. She may have not had a clear recollection about whether he was in the car or not the day after if she were to be under the influence, which is what some people are assuming, because Megan has admitted to having an issue with drinking from around 2018 to 2023, and this incident alleged.
If she had an issue with alcohol, why all of a sudden you want to threaten your former cameraman into saying anything that happened behind closed doors? First of all, having a problem with alcohol is not an excuse for your behavior. Taking accountability is where you grow from your mistakes. But no, it seems like since you're a celebrity, you don't want to do that. And not too long ago, didn't you just say on live that you were done with your 3 or 4 ways? But it seems like you're not. Don't believe these people, bruh.
likely took place in 2019. That's why some are assuming she was under the influence during this time and allegedly didn't remember her employee being there with her. Others were also just using context clues given this allegedly happened on the way home after a night out. People think it is not far-fetched to believe she was under the influence. Garcia said in his suit that during the same trip, Megan hurled fat-shaming insults at him, calling him a fat and telling him to spit your food out and you don't need to be eating. This part of the suit sounds pretty familiar
crazy.
to another lawsuit, aka the Lizzo lawsuit. To hear someone who advocates about loving your body tell me these things, Garcia said in the interview, I felt degraded. When they returned from the trip, Garcia said in the lawsuit, his compensation structure was changed from a monthly flat rate to a pay per task system that required him to submit invoices for each assignment. He said he was expected to provide the same services despite the pay structure change, but alleges that he was treated differently following the Ibiza trip and saw a decrease in bookings Megan hired him to do. Garcia began to consider quitting the job because of Megan's possessiveness combined with the lack of appropriate pay for the amount of time asked of him and a lack of bookings, the suit states. Garcia remained on the schedule for a June 2023 job, but the night before, Rock Nation notified him that his services would no longer be required by Megan, according to the lawsuit. While working for Megan, Garcia endured a barrage of relentless and fat-shaming comments, plunging him into profound emotional distress, the suit said. What I learned throughout the years is that, especially coming from an office environment, is, there's no HR department in the entertainment business. So if you don't know that you're being done wrong, you don't really know how to advocate for yourself until you start asking your peers who have representation. They have agents, they have management, they have attorney. So I just really want to encourage people to advocate for themselves. The alleged behavior caused Garcia to face a loss in earnings and other employment benefits, as well as physical injuries, physical sickness, and emotional distress, according to the lawsuit. The suit states that while working for the entertainer, he was without basic insurance coverage and therefore could not get the care he needed. Now he grapples with mounting anxiety, depression, and physical distress stemming from the toxic work environment. Former dancers of the Lizzo lawsuit, Ron Zambrano, an attorney for Emilio, said in a statement to NBC News, Megan just needs to pay our client what he's due, own up to her behavior, and quit this sort of harassment and fat-shaming conduct. Emilio should have never been put in a position of having to be in the vehicle with her while she had with another woman. Inappropriate is putting it lightly. Exposing this behavior to employees is definitely illegal. NBC News also reported on the amount that Emilio is seeking out. Garcia told NBC News in an interview that he is seeking more than 6 figures. The suit seeks unpaid wages as well as interest on the unpaid wages, unpaid overtime wages, and other employee benefits at the legal rate. He is also seeking statutory penalties and wage penalties pursuant to California labor laws, punitive damages according to proof, and costs he incurred, including attorney's fee. Now, the irony of this all is that people are now pointing out how Megan was sneak dissing Nicki Minaj with a line she had in her song talking about Megan's Law. That went, "These don't be mad at Megan, these mad at Megan's Law." Now, for those who don't know, Megan's Law is a U.S. federal law requiring information about registered to be made available to the public. And I'm pretty sure we all know about the beef between Nicki Minaj and Megan Thee Stallion. Well, Nicki Minaj's husband has been convicted of, and it appears that Nicki felt that one of the lyrics Megan had in one of her diss tracks was aimed at her, talking about Megan's Law. She began a campaign of social media posts attacking Megan for 3 days straight, and that's when their viral Twitter beef went down.
And this is coming from the same person that lied about Tory Lanez shooting her in the foot where there's no types of bullet holes through her toes whatsoever. It looks like it was cut. Like she stepped on a glass or something like that, but there was no way that she was shot in the foot. And now Tory Lanez is about to get some type of freedom in life just to restart his career
over social media. It even led to Nicki making a diss track back at Megan earlier this year called Bigfoot. Well, now, as I mentioned,
that diss
this
track was
Megan's
trash.
Law diss just blew up in Megan's own face. At least that's what a lot of people on social media are saying. All over social media, everyone is clowning her all over Twitter. Here's how most people on Twitter are reacting to this lawsuit that's going absolutely viral.
I want to see
These
this.
are mad at Megan's Law 3 months later. The way that Megan's Law backfired on her. You gotta be careful when you pick fights. You just never know. Megan's Law backfired so bad. So Megan Thee Stallion was clearly the one that was about to be pissed at Megan's Law. LMAO, look at God. Anyways, guys, I definitely want to know your thoughts on this suit.
Man, all I gotta say is that Megan, she took the biggest L for life. I knew there was something off and weird about her music career. Like, she's all about the sexual experience. Like, if you want to rap about all of that, you might as well be a porn star. Because don't nobody need to know about your business. But since you want to go and harass your former cameraman into not saying anything that went on behind closed doors, it's clear to me that you are the next P Diddy, except you're a woman. And we all know that women get away with a lot, because if a man did this, you know he's going to get charges brought up against him on everything. And that's why I've always said, be careful what you wish for. Don't date these type of people. Don't even associate yourself with around those toxic individuals, especially those in Hollywood. So, shout out to the content creator once again. A link to the original video will be down below.